Yo, what up YouTube? It's your boy Day Twice coming back at you again with another Timberland video. Not only am I breaking down some in the collection today, but I decided to do a top 10. That's right, my top 10 favorite Timberland boots that I own out of my collection. As I said in previous videos, I got an extensive Timberland collection. But today we decided to do a top 10. So I'm going to break down my top 10 Timberlands that I own out of my collection in the closet. Go from 10 to number 1, just to showcase my top 10. And shout out to Tim Titan. Yes, that's Tim Titan. He kind of encouraged me to do a top 10 of my collection. He did a top 10 of his collections, which I thought was dope. Kind of surprised me at the end. Mine might surprise you at the end too as well. But go to Tim Titan. I'm going to try to put a link down in the description where you can go to Tim Titan's page. Also, he has an Instagram, Tim Titan on Instagram. That's T-I-M-B Titan on YouTube and also on Instagram. Check out Tim Titan. He got some dope content, some dope boots. But without further ado, let's get into my top 10, the top 10 of my collection. The Day Twice's Timberland boot collection. Hashtag Timberland Boot Champ. Without further ado, let's get into it. Number 10 out of the collection. Let's bring this one up. This is my number 10. This is the Timberland Kevlar. And I did a video on this one too. But this is number 10 out of my collection, the Timberland Kevlar boot. It's all Kevlar material. This is a white boot with silver hints on it with that Kevlar. This is all Kevlar material. Go check out the video I did on these to break it down, to showcase this boot. But this is a head turner when I put these on. That's why I put this one in my my top 10, the head turner. They came with silver laces. I went ahead and put the black ones in. I thought that black against that white kind of made this boot stand out. But this is my number 10. It's the Timberland Kevlar boot. Very limited. This boot resurfaced again. I think this boot came out in 2017, but resurfaced again back in 2018. These hit the market once again, and once I saw them, I had to have them. This is my number 10 in the collection. Number 9. We've got a Villa exclusive, and I did a video on this one too. This is the Timberland Wale or gift set collaboration. This was exclusive to Villa. What I love about this boot, obviously, that tide pool blue against the gold hits on this one, gold eyelets on this one. It came with a set of blue laces and a set of the classic wheat laces. I went ahead and threw the classic wheat laces in this one. I thought it kind of stood out and made it pop up against that gum rubber midsole. Dope boot. This is my number 9. Timberland Villa exclusive. People call these the Timberland Wale because Wale the rapper, he presented this boot. It's a dope boot. My number 9. Let's go on to number 8. My number 8 boot is a Japan exclusive. This boot was not sold in the United States. I did a video on this one too as well, but here it is. It's the Timberland Kabuki. This was by a Timberland, by a Japan retailer. This particular boot, this colorway, only sold in the United States. I'm sorry, only sold in Japan. You got the Kabuki branding signature across the entire boot, 360. Timberland Kabuki only came out in Japan. My number 8 boot was a Timberland Kabuki wheat color. This boot came in 3 other colors. Both was white. I think a white and red color this one came in. So dope boot, exclusive to only Japan. Number 8. Number 7, we have another Villa exclusive. This is the Timberland denim boot presented by 21 Savage, the rapper. When this boot hit the scene, they could not keep this boot in stores. The denim upper And I'm not a real big fan of denim boots, but this was definitely a head turner. When I first saw these, I saw them in a magazine. I had to have them. I'm like, wow, where are these at? Luckily, I was able to get a pair. These are selling resale up to about $700-800 now, but I was lucky to get a pair myself. So Timberland 21 Savage, Villa exclusive, denim upper, dope boot. This is my number 7. Number 6, and I got a shout out to Villa, man. They be putting out some pretty dope collaborations with Timberland. This is my number 6 boot. It's the Timberland Brogue boot. This is the Sundown colorway, they call this one. This boot was, like I said, exclusive only to Villa. And what made this boot my number 6 was the colorway on this one. I love this colorway, this dark brown color against that gum rubber sole and that white tread on this one made this boot stand out. They make a bunch of different Brogue style boots and colors. This was one of them. I love this color. That's why this is my number 6. So we're getting into the top 5 now. Top 5 boots out of my collection. And my number 5 went to this boot here. I don't think they sold this boot in the United States. But what stood out with this boot to me, just that patch of wheat nubuck on the back. This is just a navy boot, but the suede on this is phenomenal. It's absolutely, I don't know if it's picking up on camera here, but it's a very premium suede. I love this boot. Got a lot of wear out of this boot. I wear this boot quite a bit with blue jeans, but just the way that that gum rubber sole and that gum rubber tread combined with the wheat in the back, leather, yellow laces, just made this, to my opinion, a lot of people would probably disagree. It's like this, not that stand out of a boot, but to me, it's my number 5. I love this boot, that premium suede. Just a dope boot with a that the colorway on this one really kind of popped, in my opinion. When I wear these out a lot, I get a lot of questions on where I got this boot from. So it's my number 5. Number 4 is another boot that was not sold in the United States. It came from a company in the UK called Zoolander. They collaborated with Timberland to create this boot. Not sold in the United States. It's like an olive or army green against that orange. Made this boot pop, made it stand out. All green sole on this one. This came with a set of green laces. I went ahead and found these orange laces. It went with the orange padded ankle collar. Orange hits on this one too. Orange Timberland metal logo on this one. Man, this boot popped to me, in my opinion, dope. That's why it was my number 4. My number 4, very unique. Not sold in the United States, limited, rare boot. Number 4 in my collection. That was number 4. Now we coming down to the top 3 boots in my Timberland collection, and I've got to give it up to Just Don. Just Don collaborated with Timberland to create this boot. For Timberland collectors and for those who know about Timberland, this is in the 640 model. But what stood out with this boot, you got a football leather on the hang tag. They put a football helmet on it with the Just Don branding logo on here. Comfortable boot, very comfortable boot. That football leather fits my foot just perfectly with this boot. I know a lot of people will say, man, this is in your top 3. Yes, it is. Dope boot. Once again, when I wear these out, it's a head turner. Came with a dust bag, Vibram sole on this one. And like I said, just stood out. The Just Don branding on the back on this one. That green Vibram sole against a yellow midsole. Yellow laces. This came with white laces too as well. I went ahead and switched them out and put that yellow lace in there. This came with the white and also the yellow. I put the yellow laces in there. gold hits on that one, on the lace lock. D-ring on the eyelets, and a quick lace on the last two eyelets. Speed lace, I'm sorry, this is called a speed lace. Dope boot. Like I said, it's in the 640 model. For those who know about Timberland models and styles, you know what 640 is. Just done. And we're coming down home stretch to the final two. And coming in at number 2, we got a collaboration with a overseas company. Once again, this is the Marcelo Burlon. I did a video on this boot, and this boot is very unique. My number 2. Just the way that fades out, that transition from that leather. You have a natural leather on this boot, and it transitions to a nubuck red suede. Oh man, made this boot stand out, made it a dope boot. Not sure how they made this boot and kind of made that fade into a nubuck suede, but the details on this boot was phenomenal. My number 2 in the collection, Marcelo Burlon. You can see it on the padded ankle collar, the branding logo on this one. Dope boot. You got that, like I said, you got that black leather against that, combined with the nubuck suede. Very unique. Overseas boot, not sold in the United States. There were some websites sending these out to the United States, but Marcelo Burlon, country of Milan, collaborated with Timberland to create this boot. And we're at the number 1 boot in my collection. Once again, I said this is my collection. You may not agree with me on this one, but this is my number 1 boot. Once again, give a shout out to Villa. They make some pretty dope collaborations, and that's what this one here is. My number 1. This boot here. This is the Timberland Orange Blaze by Villa DTLR. Man, when I first seen this boot, I saw it online, and I was like, it's just an orange boot. I got a couple of orange boots. Why they come out with this one? Just another orange boot. It wasn't until I went in the store and saw this boot. This orange, and it's probably not picking up right on camera. The camera and pictures does this boot no justice as far as the color. When I saw this boot in person, I had to have it. Had to have it. This orange just pops, just stands out. It's like an electric orange. That's why they call it the Orange Blaze. This boot really pops and stands out. When I wear this out, I get a lot of head turns on this one, and people ask me, how can I get these? Where did you get them from? Came with a set of orange laces. Also came with a classic wheat laces too. I went ahead and switched out and put the wheat laces in this one. But this is my number 1. My number 1 might be a surprise to a lot of you people out here. As far as my Timberland collection, why would I put this as number 1? But that orange blaze, that orange color just pops. Reminds me of the classic wheat, but an electrifying orange. You got the gum rubber sole, gum rubber midsole on this one, and that orange color just popped, just made it stand out. So this is my number 1. And that's going to be all, but I got one more boot to showcase as a honorable mention boot. And a lot of people who collect Timberlands have this boot. I couldn't put this in my top 10 because it really was nowhere for me to put it. So I'm making it an honorable mention. Anybody that collects Timberlands or have an extensive pair, owning extensive pairs of Timberland, multiple pairs of Timberlands, probably have this boot in their collection. But this is the Timberland 40 Below. This is my honorable mention. Leather on this is phenomenal. Premium leather, brown leather on this one. People call this the Juice boot or the Tupac boot, but this is really the boot that probably started it all, with Timberland being synonymous with hip-hop culture, with this boot being worn by Tupac in the movie Juice. It kind of elevated Timberland wear in the hip-hop community. DOS Effects wore this boot, Poor Righteous Teachers, Mobb Deep, Wu-Tang Clan. A lot of people, a lot of rappers wore this boot. But like I said, it started off, as far as I can remember, Tupac wearing this boot in the movie Juice. And that's why this boot gets nicknamed the Juice boot. But phenomenal boot, phenomenal winter boot. Anybody that lives on the East Coast and wherever it gets cold at knows about this boot. Dope boot, stylish, phenomenal. This boot will probably last you a lifetime. But this is in my honorable mention. I couldn't put it in my top 10 anywhere. Really wouldn't know where to fit it at, so I'm making this an honorable mention. So like I said again, any Timberland collector, anybody who buys Timberlands and knows about Timberlands, love Timberlands just as much as I do, probably have a pair of these in their closet too as well. And I'm gonna end that with that's my top 10. Let me know what y'all think, man. I know a lot of these probably came as a surprise to some of you, but this is my top 10. Leave a comment in the comment box, and once again, go check out Tim Titan. He has a top 10 video that's pretty dope too as well. Go check him out, and yo, subscribe, comment, like, share, and with that being said, peace.